Let's get it started. All right, y'all. This is story time. This is the first story time. I'm gonna be all over the place. This is a story time. I'm gonna call it Why I Quit Music. The story time will begin after this intro.
How you living? What? How you living? What? How you living? What?
And live in color.
Welcome back, y'all. Welcome back. G Jamal is back again. I'm back again, once again, with another video. This is a non-review video. This is going to be a story time video. Like I said in the beginning, this is I always wanted to make a video of like why I quit music and started like taking like YouTube. While I yeah, let me try this again. I always wanted to make a video of why I quit music and just went a different route, just of doing this YouTube thing, just making content instead. Today, I'm just going to just tell you a story of how I got into music, my like experience like doing music, like yeah, my experiences and just why I just decided to not take music seriously and just quit music. So I'm going to apologize in advance if I like jump, if I'm like rambling or just jumping from scenes to scene to scenes. I apologize. But yeah, this is the very first story time. So let's get into it. Why I quit music. So, how did I get myself into like creating music and just started taking it seriously and how did it begin? So, in my early years, like in my childhood, like when I was like 5 or 6, I really love watching and live in color. I really love watching and live in colors. And still to this day, I love and live in color. That's like my favorite show, favorite sketch show. What I really love about and live in color. Of course, I love the jokes. I love the sketches. Homie the clown, bop, bops you in the head, bop, with the sock full of tennis balls. But I really love like the ending credits. I really love the intro to In Living Color, Heavy D. Um, when he make the first two intros, like the season one. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Hold on. Let me get right. Let me get right. Hold on. I got kicked off. Y'all, I got kicked off for a second. I apologize, y'all. Hold on. It'd be your own phone. It'd be your own phone that be kicking you off. But yeah, I'm back. So yeah. So yeah, like I was saying, Heavy D, when he made the season one and season three intros, I really love the intros to In Living Color. And I really love like the ending credits when like the whole cast they're at the studio, the studio set, and they're just dancing and just having fun, and you can hear the instrumental to In Living Color play. They blast it in the background, and then they play the credits. The credits show up at the end, and also I really love the performances, like the performances, like they had Queen Latifah, Rakim, um, Naughty by Nature. Who else? Eric B and Rakim. Yeah, I mentioned those. Chris Cross, Heavy D. He appeared like multiple times. Yeah, because back then, In Living Color came out in the '90s, and they wasn't playing like hip hop on a mainstream like station, television station. So all you had was like In Living Color and um, uh, Arsenio Hall. Yeah, Arsenio Hall. So still, still to this day, I would check out like I would go to YouTube and watch like performances from like Arsenio performances and Living Color performances, music performances. But that's what I love. That's what I love as a kid. As a kid, I was like a fan of that. As a kid, I was a fan of that, and I would always like read. I don't know. I'm kind of weird. I don't know. I just reenact by myself, like acting like I'm just performing, just humming lyrics. Acting like I'm performing as a kid. As a kid, when nobody's around at the house, I be just acting like I'm at the Living Color set. I be practicing performing. But I know if you're watching this, you're probably thinking like, what's that got to do with why you love music? But that's what I like. That's what I like. As a kid, that really inspired me. So as a kid, I'm a creative person. I love being doing stuff like being creative. I would I, I don't know. As a kid, there's this one station where they like show all the like the like the TV guys are like what's coming on. I used to like write that in my notebook. I would just jot all that stuff down of like what's coming on. I would just copy like what's coming on. I don't know. That's that weird stuff. I don't know. I did as a kid, and also I really enjoyed writing. I really like writing in my notebooks, writing scripts. One time I wrote a sitcom. I don't know. I was just bored. I was just bored. I I wrote my own sitcom. I wrote my own show, and I was like 10th grade, 15 years old, 16 years old. One summer, I think my mom was like going through my notebooks. She she even told me herself. She was like going through my notebooks, and she was trying to figure out what's all this writing in my notebooks. Then come to find out, she found out that was like screenplays, and she was like, "Oh, Caleb's over here writing screenplays." But yeah, that's what I used to do. I used to like write screenplays, write scripts when I'm bored after school. Summertime, I really like writing notebooks, just writing like plays or scripts and stuff. I wrote about like 3 shows. I didn't even finish like the story. I just wrote like 2, 3 seasons. Make believe characters. But yeah, that's what I like to do like growing up. But far as music, far as music goes, I remember like I was saying in the beginning, always like reenact like in living color music scenes, act like I'm performing. Then I always talk said to myself like I'm an artist. Like I'm a rapper. Like I did not even know that I didn't have a flow, but I really like used to like writing lyrics when I was a kid. Cheesy or not, I knew how to like put word rhyme words together. Some of them didn't even make sense. But yeah, I remember I remember when I was like ninth grade, going to my cousin's house. My cousin had shout out to D, shout out to my cousin D'Angelo, Sierra D'Angelo. I would always go to their house. And D'Angelo will always have he had his game on PS2. I forgot what game. Well, he had two games. He had this like beat maker game and a karaoke game. And they would have like instrumentals. We would like write lyrics, write our own songs. I was like 14, 13, 14 years old, just writing lyrics. And I remember always like writing in my journal at the when I was like seventh or eighth grade. I was writing in my journal. I would like write lyrics. Those lyrics didn't even make sense. But I remember I called myself K Dub or yeah, K Dub because my name's Caleb. But yeah, I call myself K Dub. But yeah, yeah, always said to myself like, oh, I'm a rapper, like I'm an artist. Not knowing I did not know how to like rap properly. So this was like high school, ninth, 10th grade. So fast forward to like 18, 19. I remember hanging out with Zach. Rest in peace to ZC, my boy Zach. It was me, Zach, and Dylan, who I used to hang out at the time. We always like we will always talk about like creating a clique, creating a group, like because we always we like music. So me and Zach, we will always like every time we before we go to like the club or bar, we will always have like instrumentals. We would just rap. I could not freestyle at the time. I could not freestyle. That was like my worst thing. I could not freestyle off top. Like I'm better at just writing stuff than just practice it and then it'll just flow naturally when I just memorize stuff. But coming doing stuff off dome that's hard. Like me doing this live, it's not scripted. It's not scripted. I'm just going off top. But yeah, so before we like go to the mall, go to the bar or something like that, we would just freestyle. Then we would like leave. We would leave the bar. We would leave the bar. He would take me home, and we would just we would just listen to like burn CDs with instrumentals on it. Just back then, you had the burnt CD, and you had to like download it off of LimeWire and Napster. But yeah, so that's what we would do. And I used to tell people like, man, I rap, but I could not like do a flow. But so I kept like practicing, I kept practicing. Then I would call myself. So this was like 20, 2021. I'm like 20, 21 years old. I would call myself Young Jamal. YUNG Jamal. Jamal's my middle name. But yeah, then I would just when I'm bored, I would like find beats on YouTube and just write like little freestyles and stuff. And I wonder if I still have those YouTube freestyles. I used to like make freestyles on YouTube. It's funny just looking back at time back then. Used to do silly stuff, but yeah. So I would record myself um, rapping on YouTube, put it on YouTube. So let's fast forward to like this is I was like my early 20s, 22, 23 years old. So this is like 2014. Zach passed away. Um 2014 I started hanging out with Dylan more. Then we just started talking about music. Then we just started talking about music and we just had this vision. We just had this vision of just like one day making it. I'm like, I know the odds are slim, just making it in the music world. So I just kept like practicing. I kept practicing. Just I think I'm a better writer. Um, I think I got better at rhyming words and making my lyrics make sense. Then so I'm like 23, 24 years old. 23, 24 years old. I'm still calling myself Young Jamal. So I'm going to tell you why I call myself GQ Jamal. So GQ, that stands for great quality. That describes my personality. That describes my personality, the way I treat people. I have my heart is pure. It's golden. I'm not trying to be. I'm not big headed. Not cocky. Most people think GQ, great quality. Most people think great quality. When you hear that term, oh, like, oh, you're so full of yourself, or oh, you're cocky, or I'm like, no, it's not that. It's not that. It's when I say great quality, that's describing me. That describes my personality. So ever since then, that's been my name, GQ. And Jamal, that's my middle name. I always loved Jamal. Though, always loved Jamal. Like I'm married now. And when me and my wife have kid, our next kid, if we ever have a boy, I'm gonna name him Jamal. Take it after my middle name. I really love that name. I always wanted that to be my first name. My real name's Caleb, but Jamal that's my favorite name. That's my nickname. But yeah, so call myself GQ Jamal. I've been calling myself that since 2014. So 8 years. So yeah, that's how I came up with GQ Jamal. So let's go back. So 2014, 2015, I started like taking it seriously, started taking music seriously. The first rap I ever wrote, like seriously, was Dreams. That's the Dreams. That's the game instrumental. Um, Zach, Zach at that time Zach passed away, and I just wrote a rap for him. I wrote a rap inspired by him. I remember putting it on Facebook, just not the rap. I mean, not me rapping it. Just I remember putting my lyrics on Facebook, and people loved it. Then That's when I started taking it seriously. That's when I started taking it seriously. So, so this is 2015. So this is 2015. So me and Dylan still hanging out. We just trying to figure out a way how to how to come up a come up a come up with the name of our group. So we came up with cool. That's an acronym for creating our own lane. Creating our own lane. We just want to be ourselves. Like me, I always like being myself. I try not to like follow trends. I love retro stuff. I love retro stuff. I love 90s stuff. I love 2000 stuff. Stuff that I grew up with. So yeah, so I'll try to keep it as that. Like I try to always remain myself. I try not to like I always try not to be something I'm not. I try not to be something I'm not. I'm never in my lyrics talked about drugs or or gun talk or I never ever put that in my rhymes because I don't live it. I don't live it. I have a song called The Real Me. I don't I just talk about pretty much just chilling and motivation type stuff. But yeah, 2015, I started taking that seriously. I remember that summer going to Dylan's house. We will just think of like instrumentals to write a rap about. And then one day I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to drop a little project. I want to drop a little project. So I dropped a little project. I dropped a project introducing. I called it introducing GQ Jamal. This this was just me introducing myself to the music world. It had 10 songs on it. I remember it had Dreams, the song I wrote like a year before. I remember the first song I put out was the PSA beat Jay Z. I was just going, yeah, the PSA beat, then the mystical beat, Shake It Fast. Yes. So I decided to do that. Um, One thing about me at that time, I loved just always ca- catering to everyone. Like I like make used to like making music to get you hyped. Um, I, I wrote songs. I wrote few love songs. I wrote few love songs catered to women. Um, I, I just wrote I just wrote songs, lyrics that just happened in my life. Like I said, I don't make up stuff. I don't portray something I'm not. Never had, never will. So yeah, so I was working on that. I remember July 23rd. I remember that July 23rd. We just put that out on YouTube, SoundCloud. Oh man, I remember putting it out. Of course, like the original songs, the original recordings, it sounded horrible. I mean, some of the songs, okay, we had no, I mean, we had a microphone. We had a microphone. Man, we had, the quality was kind of terrible. I'm not gonna lie. Some of the songs, the quality had no, I mean, the quality was kind of terrible. But I got my point across, though. I got my point across. Quality was kind of terrible. Um, I I needed to work on my cadence, like the cadence flow, but I remember showing it to a few of my friends. I remember I showed it to my uncle. My uncle is a like a legit. uh, guitar player. Like he plays a guitar. Like back in the day, he still does. He still does. He lives in California. But yeah, my uncle in California. I remember showing my project to my uncle. He gave me some advice and some constructive criticism. No, it was I mainly got like positive like reviews. He just told me just work on your cadence flow, work on your sound, but like the lyrics are there. You just need to work on your sound. I was I worked on that. So I worked on that, bro. Yeah. So going back to my uncle, um, yeah, he gave me constructive criticism one day out of nowhere. One day out of nowhere, I was at work. I was leaving work. I was leaving work. He called me up. He called me up like, "Hey, where you at? Like, where you at?" Or I think he called me or he sent me a text, one of those two. But I was at work. I was at work. He said, "Go to Qatar. You got a package at Qatar Center." I'm like, "What?" Yeah, you got a package delivered at Qatar Center. I'm like, okay. I got off like at 7 o'clock. I think Qatar Center closed at 9 o'clock. So I went over there. I went over there. Like, so I'm like, man. I'm like, man. I could not believe it. I could not believe it. He bought me a microphone and like a sound system, like a sound system, little sound system, like to work on my vocals. I looked at him. I'm like, man. Like I could not believe it. I was like speechless. I was speechless. Oh yeah, yeah. I told him thank you. I was trying to like figure how to work it. I was figuring how to work it. So this is 2015. This is like fall 2015. Um. So every day, I was like posting my songs on Facebook. I was posting my songs on Facebook like multiple times a day. Damn, freaking ear itches. My bad. But yeah, I was posting my songs like multiple times a day. So the feedback I received, it was like mutual. It was mutual. But then, so Dylan, at the time, Dylan was leaving. Dylan was leaving, and he put me on to Lil Z. Well, me and Z went to school together. All of us went to school together. So before I talk about Z, he's a producer. He was a producer at the time, my producer at the time. So all of us went to school together. Me, Zach, Dylan. Um, I don't think Miguel went to Hoover. I'm not sure. I think he went to East. Yeah. So we all was in had we was all in a group, but not like a group, but we was all affiliated with each other. Um, we always like hop on each other's like songs or give each other advice or like what to do, what not to do, like little music advice. So yeah, that was our clique, creating our own lane. So yeah, 2015. This is like summer. Like summer is about to end. Um, Z, that was my. I always appreciate Z because he really like he really had faith in me. I appreciate him taking the time to like um let me use his recording. I mean studio. He always I always appreciate him letting me use his studio. He was a real cool dude. Um, but yeah, he made beats. He made beats clean as hell, clean as hell. we always talked about. He always asked me like, "What kind of sound are you trying to like have?" Like, I just wanted something. I just wanted beats that no one thought of, or like to me, like in my music, I like putting skits in my in my songs, like from like sitcoms. So I always like putting sitcom skits in my songs or skits in general. So I remember working on the EP, the second EP, the GQ starter pack. I remember I named I remember naming that the GQ starter pack had like 7 songs. So me and him, we always chop it up. We always have like dope conversations. We always be laughing and shit. But yeah, I remember the first beat we was trying to do. He had like a grip of beats, samples. I remember the first beat that I wanted to do. It was a Sonic beat. It was a Sonic beat. For those who played the original Sonic the Hedgehog game, Sonic the Hedgehog 1, it was the Green Hill Zone, the Green Hill Zone beat. Like yeah, that beat. So you're a real one if you remember that. But yeah, I told him I wanna can you sample that beat or the the bonus the the special stage beat. I remember going to him and doing that. So he sampled that. That was like the first beat. Day ones. I called it day ones. It was just like a squad type song. Like I like to kick it with all my A ones, cause they've been down with me since day one. Yeah, I remember writing that song. I think it took me. Did it take me a day? It took me a day to come up with the first verse. Uh, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Every time we go to Z's house, I will come. I would. There would be some songs I would be stuck. I mean, I'm like stuck. I only had one verse like written, and I needed a second verse, so I'll make up a second verse like on the car ride there. This is back when I didn't have a car at the time. He would like pick me up. I would always appreciate it, and I would hook him up with some gas money. But he never charged me for a beat because I never like put it for sale. So, but yeah, I remember the first time like his. I remember the first time like recording that song. We had 100 blooper takes. I was like, man, I'm not used to because he had like a better sounding microphone than what I was using before, and he had like legit like speakers and recording systems, yeah, and like pop filters, kind of like that. So I'm like rapping like I would have so many like bloopers. I had so many bloopers, so it took like an hour to like finally finish that song. There would be times where I'm like recording these songs, we would not get the whole session done. We would not get the whole session done. We would come back like next week. But yeah, that was like the first song I did was Day Ones from original beat. I was so proud, but I think that's like my worst song. I wouldn't say it's my worst song I did because I didn't really like how I sounded on the second verse. But I was so proud of that song because it was my song. It was my song with the original beat. And I was like posting that. every day. I remember, like, the second week we will work. Like second week we did the Taylor Swift. We did the Taylor Swift sample. Then I remember the third beat. I remember the third time, third studio session. He wanted me to do like a R&B type song, R&B type hip hop song. I'm like, won't you come out your like R&B bag? I'm like, okay. It was my love story. I wrote that in like 30 minutes. I remember this day, October 8th, 2015. I released all three of those songs at once. I was posting it on my Facebook every day, every day, every day, every day. And I was just happy because I'm like putting content out. I'm putting content out, and I feel like everything was working out. I was feeling like I'm on cloud nine. And yeah, I was feeling like I was on cloud nine. Then finally we did. I remember doing Good Vibes with my boy Chris. Shout out to Chris. Um, I remember hearing that sample. It was like one of those boom bait. I forgot what it's called. It's like Kanye type beat. I'm like, man, like this shit sound crazy. Then Chris hopped on it. That's like classic, Good Vibes. Then then I'm just putting music out. Then I just wanted, like, going back to what I was saying in the beginning. I always wanted to like perform. I always like act like I'm like performing on stage. When this was back when I was like with my mom before I lived on my own like the third time. When she's not home, I would like practice my songs, act like I'm performing, like practicing it out loud. And then sure enough, I always wanted to perform on stage. I always wanted to perform on stage. Sure enough, one day, this was 2016. This is 2016, January. I remember this. I remember um I remember Adam, boy Adam. Like shout out to Adam, shout out to Montez. Um, he's a rapper too in Iowa. I remember Adam um called me up. I remember Adam called me up and he was like, I'm throwing a showcase. I'm throwing a showcase and I want you to perform. He's like, would you like to perform? I was like, hell yeah. I was like, hell yeah. I was so geeked. I was so geeked. The first person I told was my mom. I was like, Mom, I'm performing. I'm performing in March. It's like March 11th, 2016. I'm I'm performing for the first time. So I'm like geek. So I'm like practicing. I'm practicing. One thing about me, I study. I will go to I'll go on YouTube. I'll go on YouTube and watch other artists like perform live on stage. I always love like Currency. Currency is one of my favorite artists. I love what he represents. What's he about? But I would always watch Currency live on video, live on stage, and Wiz Khalifa live on stage. So I was like watching those two. So I'm like studying like what to do and what not to do on stage. So I had that down. So I'm like practicing every day. So I'm like, I knew it was real when my name was on the what you call it list of performers, and when I saw my name on that flyer, I'm like, yo. yo, like like this is real, like this is real. So I'm like promoting it every day. Finally, March 11th, 2016 came around. I'm like hype. I'm hyped as fuck. So I'm like, they're telling me you have 20, 15 to 20 minute, no, 10 to 20 minute stage time, and they were asking me like, do you even have like enough songs to perform? I'm like, I performed like 5 songs back to back. I rem- I think that was like 12 minutes. So I'm like putting together my rotation, like the songs I'm going to perform first. I remember that night like it was yesterday. So first song, so I get there, we perform at the Come and Go Theater downtown. So I invited everyone. I invited Chris. Chris performed with me. I invited everyone. My family came. My friends came. I'm like feeling like cloud 9. So I remember getting there. They wanted me to perform first. I was like, oh snap! Like my family and friends wasn't there. I'm like, oh, like I want to perform. Like I want to wait till everyone's here. But you know what? Eh, Like one thing I can't complain about. I can't complain because most people don't get a chance. So like you know what? Let me do it. Let me do it. So finally everyone's here. Everyone's here. Like I was trying to stall. But yeah, finally everyone's here, and like I go to my friends. I'm like, yo, huddle up, like, yo, I'm like shaking everyone, like, wish me luck, wish me luck, wish me luck. Soon, as a host, he brings me out like, yo, this is a newcomer. This is GQ Jamal. Give it up. I'm like hyped as fuck. I'm like, I think I drank a couple. I had a couple drinks in me. I'm like feeling myself. I felt like well, I already have hair on my chest. But yeah, that's random. But anyway, I was feeling like Martin Payne stopping with the big dogs. But no, I'll get up there. First thing I said, grab the mic when he's done, calling me to the stage, like GQ Jamal, like, yo, what up, make some fucking noise, make some fucking noise. Like, yo, my name is GQ Jamal. The GQ starts for the GQ stands for great quality. I'm like, yeah, let's get into it. Yo, first song I performed was Gotta Do It Big. Oh man, this could have went so left. Like you're a newcomer, you're a new artist. This is your first show. People don't know who you are. People could either boo you or applaud for you. I'm like praying. Like I prayed no one booed me. So I'm performing my first song. Like I gotta do a big 505. That's where you can find me. Like all I heard was a crowd. I heard the crowd like cheering, like clapping. I was like, yo, gotta do it big, gotta do it big, gotta do it big. Young Jamal, gotta do it big. I'm like ad libbing. I'm like, and I didn't mess up on 5 of my songs. Like I knew all my words. I came here prepared. So that's first song. Second song, second song, the real me. I was like, this is a part where I was like rapping fast, and I'm like on beat. I'm like, hold on, God helped me that night. I'm like, yo, like your boy like threw you an alley oop. But no, it was good just receiving that support from your friends and family, and it felt good after performing, and everyone, then all the artists that been doing their thing, that been grinding for years, giving you props. Yeah, that felt amazing. and I tried not to get into my head. But yeah, that night was good, and I don't know if I let this music. I don't know if I became big at it. I don't know. I don't think I ever did in my like short little career, but I remember just sharing my. I remember just sharing my performance on Facebook all the time, but then a year later, I was like, I don't know if I was like feeling myself. I don't know if I was like feeling myself or just like karma or I don't know. I don't know if I was feeling myself. Then the second time, then second performance, I did like a year later. Oh man, I felt like that was like the worst. I felt like that was like at the time I felt like that was like my worst performance. I felt because I was like messing up and that whole night just didn't end well. And like I remember performing at the piano bar, um, China Diamonds. She invited me to her showcase. She invited me to perform, and that night didn't go well, and I just felt down on myself. I was like, man. And after a while, I'm like, okay, I'm still um, pushing my songs. I just stopped making music or taking it seriously. So I'm like 27, 28 at the time. This is like around 2017, 2018. Then 2018, this is probably like my comeback performance. So I remember my boy Matt, Midwest Matthew. Um he's the one that really like taught me how to like work on my flow. I really appreciate him. Like shout out to Midwest Matthew. He really like taught me to work on stage performance and how to like control your sound, how to just be how to make your sound better. He really like taught me how to just improve on my sound and improve on my stage presence. So I really appreciate him for doing that. So he used to like they used to have like open mics at the DSM Brew. So I found out. So I went there a few times to do like open mics. Um, because before then, I wasn't getting booked, or I think another thing that like I should have done was like link up with other people because I think that's my problem. Because I'm like a shy person. I'm kind of a shy person, but I get along with people. I just need to learn how to like go up to people and I don't know. It's complicated. That's another topic for another discussion. But yeah, so open mics. I used to go there. Like I went there twice, just like practice performing my songs. Then one day, Matt threw a showcase at this one bar. I cannot think. It was like this hole in the wall bar. It was like this sketchy bar. I don't know how to describe this bar, but I'm not knocking it. But no, it was this one bar. Um, he threw a showcase, and I think I had to pay to perform. It was like $20, I believe. But yeah, so I took the opportunity. And I appreciate him for like throwing the showcase at that time. So keep in mind, I haven't done a showcase since last year. So I'm like, I could be rusty, but but I still like kept practicing. So this was like my best performance to date because I remember those two songs I performed. I Need a Keeper and My Love Story. So I performed those two. People said that was like one of my best performance. And yeah, y'all can check out my performances on my YouTube channel or Instagram. But yeah, that was pretty good. That was a good night, and I knew after I performed those songs, I knew after I performed those songs, I felt great. I felt great. I felt like my stage performance was on point that night. So yeah. So after that performance, I remember talking to my mom and like my mom always went to all of my performances except for a few, but we were just talking and it was like, "What's next? What's next? Like, what's next for you?" I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what's next for me. So this 2018, 2019, um, 2019 was like the last time I re- put a song out. Lunette, busted on the ground like Lunette the clown. I thought this song was going to take me somewhere, but I did appreciate everyone who it was well who I did appreciate everyone who shared the song and it was well received. I did not know what my mom was going to think about that song because of the because of the background of the song. It's like a twerking song. It's like my first like twerking song I recorded. Like I did not know how my mom was going to take it. My sister was going to take it. Oh snap! I'm still in. I'm still in. I apologize about. Yeah. I apologize, y'all. I apologize. My phone died on me. My phone died on me. I apologize. I apologize. Oh man. See, that's what happens when you don't charge your phone. I'm sorry, but going back. So yeah, it's 2019. My last song was Lunette Lunette. I thought I thought this song was gonna go viral. I thought this song was gonna go viral. Um, it was well received. I mean, when I shared it to people, people thought this was catchy. Shout out to Seth. He said, "Man, you got that song stuck in my head, busting on the ground like Lunette the Clown, busting on the ground like Lunette the Clown, busting on the ground like Lunette the Clown, busting on the ground like hey." Yeah, I thought I thought this song was gonna take me somewhere. Um, I always wanted to do a video. Always wanted to do a video, and shout out to Midwest Matthew because we worked on that song for like weeks. I really appreciate him like taking the time to just help me better my sound, like help me to work on my sound because people probably think, oh, it's easy just to make a song, make a song. I'm like, yo, this is time consuming. It's time consuming. But yeah, so that song was well received. Um, he really snapped on that song. But then shortly after that, I did my last performance um, on stage. I remember, well, I performed like twice that year, but my last performance ever, like in front of a crowd, was 2019. I remember it was at my boy. It was at Midwest Matthews like studio, like place, like he would have a studio and he would have like a stage where like local artists can go up and like perform, and he threw a showcase. I remember it was a nice showcase. I remember people were there. There was like a nice crowd, and I was the first one to perform Lunette, and I performed my other songs that I've done before, and I did pretty well. I did pretty well in that performance from what I thought. But then after that, COVID happened. The pandemic happened, and I was just at a dry spell of just writing music, and I just lost the joy. I just lost the joy of just writing music, and I didn't want to do it anymore. I didn't want to do it anymore. It really happened before. I lost the joy of just creating music and just taking it seriously before. But 2019, I'm like in my I was in my late 20s. Um, was it 2019, 2020? I was in my late 20s, about to be 30. Lost my passion to like write stuff, write music, and I didn't want to do it anymore. I didn't want to do it anymore. I remember the last song I ever wrote was something you not something no searching for love. That was like the last song I wrote. That was like half done. The last actual song I like wrote as a whole was Live It Up. But I just lost the passion. Well, I just lost my passion to do music. I just want to do. I just want to do something else, and I just didn't want to be. I didn't want to be a 30-year-old rapper. Well, I didn't. Let me say this. I don't want to be in my 30s still chasing a rap career. I didn't want to be in my 30s just chasing a rap career, so I just wanted to do something else. So I remember I remember one day I'm like chilling at my mom's house. We were watching like Tyler Perry's House of Pain. And keep in mind, this goes back to the beginning. This this goes this goes back to the beginning of the video of Why I Love and Living Color. I love retro stuff. I love TV shows and movies. So me and my mom, we were watching Tyler Perry's House of Pain. I'm like sitting there watching. I'm like over here like analyzing like the episodes. I'm like yo, because I people that really know me, like I love like sitcoms. I always talk about those shows. I talk about shows more than like real life discussion, like topics. But yeah, so we're like watching the show. We're watching the show, right? We're watching the show. I'm like analyzing. I feel like I'm on ESPN. I feel like I'm on ESPN. Just going over plays, and my mom's just chilling on the couch. My mom just sitting on the couch, and she was like, "Caleb, like you should be a reviewer." I'm like, "What? Like, what are you talking about? You should be a reviewer." I'm like you should make like YouTube videos of reviewing shows and movies. I'm like, do people really watch that? Like for real, like people really watch that? Like you never know. She should like you never know. People do get paid for making YouTube content. I'm like, okay. So I thought about it, drove around, bumping music, thinking about ideas. So that's where I came up with GQTV. So I'm like, okay, all right, let me talk about it. First, because I love the Waynes. I love the Waynes family. I love anything the Waynes do. Well, not everything. Like Little Man was trash. Little Man was trash. Um, Dance Flick was trash. But yeah, so I decided to do. So I'm like, you know what? Let me try. Let me try. So I did the Wayne's brothers because that's like one of my favorite shows. So I remember recording the one the one you see the review I did on the Wayne's brothers, the one you see now on YouTube. The first time I ever done it, it was totally different because I had a different outfit on. So let me try it out. Let me try it out. First time, the first time I did it, I'm like, I thought I would like knock it out. I'm like, you know what? I do this on the regular. Boom. So I'm like recording myself. I had so many bloopers. I had so many bloopers. So many bloopers. So many outtakes. I'm like, yo, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. So I can't I can't do it. So I deleted that video. I deleted that video. So let me try it again. 3 days 2, 3 days later. 2, 3 days later. Try it again. Throw on my Magic the Shaquille O'Neal jersey I had on the throwback Magic jersey. So I tried it. Do rag. My dreads was not even like long at the time. I was like still growing my hair out. So I tried it. Oh, so I tried it. I love one thing about me. I love editing videos. I love editing videos. I love going back to the whole credits. I don't know. I don't know what it is about me and credits. I really like looking at credits, and it depends on like the beat.
And so I used to like make movie credits on like Windows Movies Maker. But yeah, so I really love editing videos. So I'll edit on iMovie. Record it on my phone. Took me like 10, 15 minutes to edit the video. Put it on Facebook. People liked it. People liked it. I'm like y'all really like watching these type of videos. I'm like, so I kept going. And I think I found my true calling. Like I'm more than just a music artist. I'm a content creator. Like yeah, I appreciate the times I did music and the people who I worked with at the time, but creating content that's my true calling, and I really enjoy making these YouTube videos. I'm not stopping from anything. I mean, I love getting on here, just talking, rambling, speaking to y'all, reviewing shows, movies. I appreciate everyone who like comments on my videos, share my videos. I appreciate everyone, all the feedback I've been getting on my like skits. I appreciate everyone who comments on my skits. Yo, it's a wonderful feeling that if you watch like 30 seconds of my video or the whole thing, that like it's really it's a wonderful feeling. It's a wonderful feeling. Like I said, going back to music, why I quit music. I just want to do something else. I don't want to be put in a box of just doing one thing. I appreciate all the people who gave me a chance, who put me on their showcase. I appreciate everyone who worked with me at the time. Pretty much, I appreciate everyone who gave me a shot. Everyone who listened to my music at the time. I appreciate them, whether it's good or bad. People who talk shit or people who love it. I appreciate that, and always remember the good times of just making music and performing. Even though I didn't take it farther, I'm kind of glad that I didn't take it farther, because who would know what would my life would turn out. And I'm kind of glad that I just decided to do something else than music. But I won't forget all the good times, like all the memories I did, like all the shows. I won't forget that was good. But damn, I've been talking for an hour and 10 minutes. But yeah, so that's my story time video of why I quit music. And if you stuck it out this long by watching this video, I really appreciate it a lot. Thank you. Thank you again for tuning in by watching this random video. This is my story of why I stopped making music and doing something else. But make sure y'all go subscribe to my YouTube channel. That is GQ Jamal. Check out all of my reviews. Check out all of my random videos. Drop some comments, show some love. I really appreciate it a lot. But I'm about to hop off this live. If you want more story time in future episodes, if you want more story time in future episodes, drop a comment down below. Let me know what you want to talk. Let me know what you want me to talk about in the next story time. But this is GQ TV. I am your host, yours truly, your boy, the one and only, your girlfriend's favorite YouTuber himself. I am GQ Jamal. Thank you again for watching this video. Until next time, everyone. Peace.